Hello once again, guys. Now this is just a quick community question for all of you to answer, either via video replies or just as comments, really. I hope this inspires you to think about your own GMing as well. And it's one that's actually truly stumping me somewhat. I mean, I have gone at it with different approaches, but I'd like to see what you've got, because I don't have anything utterly conclusive for it as of yet. Here it is, and I did mention it in another video as well, but I'm going to make it its own video and link into this one from that. So, you know when you've got travel time as a GM, you want your group to go from along a distance, and they're going to be going down a road, and there's nothing too eventful happening. You don't want to play out every moment of that travel because it would be dull, it would be boring. You want to effectively fast travel, you know, like a movie, you know, transition and you're into the next thing. A lot of you feel that way, don't you? Now, the only thing is, when they are fast traveling and then you drop them back into the narrative, back into the story, back into play, as it were, back into exploration time, not combat time, but exploration time, and you instantly say, oh, there is a thing in front of you, so you are beginning to walk across that, instantly, straight away, all of the group will be suspicious. They'll be thinking, why has he stopped the fast travel just for this? Well, you haven't. It is part of the travel, and their characters wouldn't realise that there's nothing like that. Their characters would just think it's part of the travel, wouldn't they? They've been travelling for 45 minutes. They come to this. They've got another 30 minutes to go. This, you know, I'm sure they're crossing a bridge. I'm sure they've crossed another bridge before this one, maybe. You know, maybe they didn't get all weird at that one, but so why just suddenly at this one? Because you, the GM, have dropped it in at them. Do you think if they act suspicious or start saying, oh, I want to check it for traps, and start speaking about it because they know the GM has dropped it in, is that bad roleplay? Should they, as their characters, be playing well, we're just walking across it because it's part of the travel? Should there have been some other indicated thing that they would have done it at all the other points of the travel? It would greatly delay their travel if they're messing around like this, wouldn't it? They're going to be in that way. That's not utterly feasible, is it, surely? How do you handle player suspicion over narrative events that you want to begin? I mean, sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's easy because it's quite obvious that something's going on. Like, oh, there is a body in the road. There is an overturned cart. You know, there is a battle going on. There has been a battle. Or there is someone standing there in the middle of the road, or whatever. But when the objective is seemingly at first unclear, like a trap or something like that, something that is unseen to first impression, and you're expecting them to walk into it, how then do you think it should be handled? How then? I mean, have any of you ever just assumed your party are just walking on and carrying on, and then sprung it on them? That's just a really awkward, intriguing one. What ones have you come up with? How have you handled it? Again, you see, it's the unseen elements. So, crossing a booby-trapped bridge, they might have to cross 3 bridges on their travels, but this is the one that you've gone narrative time. Do you come up with other narrative time dummies? Is that how you handle it? Obviously, it takes up more time in the session. The players are having less interest in it. Do you as a GM stipulate, well, you know, there's nothing suspicious about this bridge, you would just keep crossing and like take off experience points if they act untowards about that bridge in particular, just because you're in GM narrative time? What do you do, guys? It's just big question mark. I'll be waiting for your replies on this one. Thanks for tuning in, guys.